Take this, Zanos!
Once the story is finished, like once the script is done, and of course we have like just, we usually work in Google Docs, so we have comments on the right hand side selected, and we just have conversations. So we see copywriters, the client, and us talking and discussing the things that, like, because of course, you sell your products, but copywriters don't really know all the details. So clients provide, and then copywriters can create a message regarding that, and this is how we actually communicated with for this video. So like Vince asked, like, great, who should be Vision? And Dave said, you could put me in as Vision. So it actually is a flow. It's not like copywriters just go and create something. No, it's like it's a development process. It's going back and forth. It takes sometimes 3-4 weeks actually to create a script and to discover the story, the final story version. And it's keep changing and keep like little things, just keep adding and stuff like that. But like it's really the core that you have to worry about, and then other details is just when it goes along the way. Okay, so fifth one is framework template. Now this is interesting. So if you've seen any movie on Hollywood, the way the movie starts, of course, is first of all, this is the story, but then the second thing is storyboarding. So, and this is like the main framework, and I'm going to show you the template, but like this is the main framework. So in this case, this is Inception movie. So it actually shows arrows. And if you remember the scene when he leaves at the end, when he leaves the scene, camera zooms in, so you can see the arrows pointing and showing that the camera is going in. You have push in, right? So it shows camera pushing on this part, and then boom, it cuts. It actually says cut. So that's how we actually do the same thing. Is we need to take words and make it visuals. We need to take from words to visuals. And the way we do it, so in this case, what Vince have done, once the story is there, once the written story is there, a written script, then they start putting it into these animations or just drawing animations. And in the case of other things, so here's the most important template, how to do that. So we usually have 3 or 2 columns, and we usually, I focus on 3, but sometimes we did 2. I'll show you examples, but here's first of all. So in the first column, and you can do this in Google Docs, you just create a table with 3 columns. So you say, okay, so script, this is where the script comes in, like you put the script in. Then you have visuals, I'll explain it later, and then you have description, right? So first of all, you actually have a script. So this is where in this column, you actually have the script. You actually have the exact words that's going to be, the voiceover will say. Then you have visuals, so pictures, drawing references, how it has to look, because you want to provide, maybe you will provide somewhere from, an image or Google or a video or a film or movie or from YouTube, whatever it is. Like this is where you put visuals, and you can actually take pictures and put pictures in there. And then description basically is what needs to be shown, titles describing the action happening on screen. So like this is where you create like more of and describing what it's all about. So visuals like the look you want, and then description is describing what titles should come in and all of that. And examples would be here. So I usually use 2 or 3, which, as you can see, visual, script, and description, right? So we mix script and description sometimes in one. So it says visual. So this was actually for ClickFunnels follow-up share funnel storyboard. We're creating that, and it says, okay, so as you can see, so it's a drawn version, follow-up funnel share page, and then follow-up funnel share page. Same title, right? But it says welcome to the VO, which is voiceover. Welcome to the follow-up funnel share page, and picture says pneumatic tube receiving and titles appearing on the screen, right? And then capsule with funnel comes into that. So we create this, and especially if you have having somebody else do it for you, this is what you need to create, because they need to fill that in for you. So you give them a script, you give them this template, and they have to fill in. They have to fill in the script. They have to fill in like the pictures they're gonna, and usually it's a drone or just a still image, because you don't want somebody creating video or animation or anything like that unless you approve it, right? So you want still images, because if they're gonna create like animation, it's gonna be a lot of time taken, and then if you're not happy, they have to redo it. It will increase time, their frustration, and overall, they will say like, oh, it's too much work for this amount, so you want to save your time. All right. Another thing is like script, fellow loan officers. Do you ever experience any of these in your business? Realtors that one, so like I put on every single, so this is really simple VSL, but like this is where we put, okay, so titles with the person asking a question, titles, show realtor, right? So titles means, do you ever experience, you have to put the titles. Then show a realtor, real estate agent with time, right? Showing like time. So this is where they can get creative, but you give them guidance, wanting money, also title, co-marketing, right? Red Barrel crop story again, drawn. So if you get somebody who can draw, this is what you should be asking, because then they can just put, or they can put like just graphics together, sound. So VO, it's voiceover, and picture, which is a description. And you can see like it's all the time, it's the same. Script, visuals here, it's not there, but comment, show this image. We actually add the image, show above a blocks with these three things when the voiceover says credit card, debt, medical bills, etc. Right? And then this one is like visuals. We already have, so it was drawn. Now it's already like the style, how it looks. And then you have also Einstein, and you can see at the top it's blue dialogue, black text, or action, italic is additional graphics. Right? So there's different ways to do it, but like this is the main like framework how we start any videos. And you can, as you can see, like I will live now. Hey fellow hackers, this is Ray K, the explainer god or guy, and today I'll reveal what's happening, and the hand starts to fade away with particles. So you can see like it's the same all over the place. Now, here's the most important thing. When you hire somebody, like this is what you have to consider. Okay, they don't have an idea. Honestly, like when you pay them money, the only thing they care about is to create something amazing. The whole purpose for them is like create something that they would be proud of. It's nothing to do with you making money. For them, it's not important, because you're already paying money. So like they don't care about the money. So what you have to do, and you have to think, they will create something that does make sense to them. But really, what you need to be creating is what makes sense to your clients and customers, right? So here's the trick, how you do that. Whenever you have something that you want to explain them, and there's a concept, and maybe it will be not directly, you ask them, or you do it yourself. You go to Google, and whatever the sentence is, or whatever the thing you want to like show, you type into Google. And what Google will show, as an example here, website traffic, right? Because if you tell them like, if they will see website traffic, most of the time what they will create is something with website and traffic, right? So traffic, and they will literally do like directly. They will probably get like traffic maybe, or website, busy, highway and your website or something like that, which would not gonna make sense. What you want is you want to go to Google, type in that thing, and see what images Google shows. So as you can see, like get more traffic, right? So you see the website and funnel into it, right? And people going into it, or you have people in the curve, or whatever it is. Like these are the things that you should be showing, because this is what most relevant with that thing, with that word, or with the phrase is. So you want that in the video, and that's how you become relevant. That's how you trigger the emotional things, because this is the most important association for people with this word, and you want to communicate visually what that message is.
Take this, Zanos!